potato family. It's been so long, hasn't it? I'm sorry I have somewhat abandoned you for other things going on in my life. I've been away planning a wedding that just feels like it's just non-stop chaos, and manifest not. I need to focus on the positive and think about how beautiful my wedding is, but I keep having these nightmares about just everything that could possibly go wrong for my wedding. And I'm planning the whole thing, so it feels like a little overwhelming, but we'll get through it, and I know my wedding's going to be beautiful. So I just took a pause on a lot of other life things, and I want to get back into doing readings again. So today's message for the collective is, well, just a message. It is a message that's meant to reach you, and yes, that's what today's reading is about. So we have 3 piles to choose from. I have pile number 1. I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. Pile number 2. When I'm tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. And pile number 3. I let the universe catch up with my dreams. These are all pretty similar, actually. So, so whichever calls out to you, go ahead and choose. Hello, pile number 1. This is your reading for a message just for you. And you chose, I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. So right away, it's very much a message of slow down. I mean, that's quite obvious from the card, but I think a lot of times we keep ourselves so busy, doing. There's all this like outside input from the world, and it's just it constantly, if you're constantly doing and having all this input, like, you know, being fed into you from like TV or even just your own busy life, I feel like, okay, slow down, Spirit. Oh my gosh, it just wants me to say so much. And I think this might be your energy too. Maybe this is your energy. This so much. It's just so much. And it's just, there's so much that you are putting in. And look, the train too, here comes the train, and it's like beep beep, you know, it's just like, it seems like there's a lot going on in your life, and you just need to slow down. It could even, like Spirit really wants me to convey, even your downtime is not downtime, it's busy time. And even when you have downtime, you're still thinking about what you need to get done and what you need to do and your endless to-do lists. And it's just, constant, what's next? What do I need to accomplish? What do I need to do? And when that happens, when you do that, when you put yourself in that, because it is a choice to continually be, focused on the doing of life, you really limit the messages that want to like come in from spirit, from your guides. And if you're always so distracted with the physical world and the getting it done and doing of life, then you really disconnect yourself from your spiritual self, and then that inner voice that wants to come through and tell you something. Let's see. There's something that a message that would like to come through, but it needs you to slow down to be able to receive it. Maybe it's just that in general, but let's see. What would you like to say here, Spirit? All right. 5 of Cups. King of Cups. Lots of emotional energy. Getting in touch with your emotional body here. Looks like there's a couple messages here. this constant doing could be causing you a lot of emotional distress and a need to find your center, to find your peace, to find that part of you that's connected to spirit. Well, not find it, it's there. It's just you're too distracted on the outside world. The physical world is really like bogging you down right now. It's funny because a lot of my readings are for me too, and I really am resonating a lot with this. But there's a real need to return to your center, to meditate. I don't know if any of you like to meditate. I hope so, because it's so good for you. I know I say that, yet I am terrible at keeping up on meditation. But that's what I mean, is that it always is this, you probably feel as though it's like, I don't have enough time. I have all these things I need to get done. There's this endless to-do list of stuff where it's like, I don't have time to get in touch with my inner self and my spiritual self. I don't have time to just relax for a moment, because really to tap into that, to center yourself, you have to completely let go of the physical world. You cannot be thinking of what's next, your to-do list, if you're trying to center. And if you keep doing that, it's just not good for you. It's really not good for you, and it's causing some type of emotional distress for you. Sadness, just general sadness in your life. Let's see, what else with this? Okay, I'll put those right here. So it looks like a need to just, stop. It just, I feel like there's this need to just stop, to just stop, just possibly even get outside too. There's a message of just go outside. Like, I wonder if you've got yourself sort of trapped in this, like this to-do list, this need to keep doing and get everything done, and eventually I'll go out, eventually I'll be able to do the things that I want to do and go have fun and whatever, like be happy, basically. If I get all these things done, I will finally be able to do the things I want and be happy. But that, it just never happens. It seems like there's never any, it never stops. It never stops. And it's just really advising you to go outside, touch grass. They always say that, touch grass. But no, like, get out of whatever this confining mindset is, this confining to-do list, the things that, your endless list, and do the things that you love also. Like, make time for that. And when you do those things, fully embrace it. It's a need to really fully embrace the things that you love, and not just, it's like this kind of like, oh, one day I'll go out. One day I'll go do the things that I love. Do them now. Let's pull from another deck here. Which one do I want? Let's do this one. All my tarot cards are bound. What else, Spirit, here? What other messages about this would you like to say? Okay. So it looks like building that connection with spirit. I love this here. Building that connection to spirit, and use your connection, well, not even just connection to spirit, but yourself. That's the inner realm, the getting in touch with yourself, the meditation, the hermit, the spiritual self, the one that, that goes within. You don't even have to be spiritual necessarily. It's just the one that goes within. And to make that your foundation. That's the foundation that you build upon. That's where you start. That's how you start your day. You don't start your day with the endless list of things that you need to get done. You start your day checking in with yourself, getting in touch with yourself, and even doing self, what am I trying to say here? How am I trying to put this? Like a neuroses check or something. I don't know how to word it any other differently. Like you're kind of seeking within yourself for whatever neuroses are festering, or, like, let's say you have anxiety or something, you worry a lot or whatever. So when you wake up in the morning, look within yourself at all those little festering worries. And today I actually was doing a meditation, and the whole idea of like anxiety came up. And like, what is anxiety? It's a focus on the negative potentials, right? So if you're what would be the opposite of that? It would be to focus on because it's equal. So what is anxiety? Hold on, let me just say this, because this is clearly a message for somebody. What is anxiety? Anxiety is a fear of the potential for things to go wrong, right? And I mean, that's just a generalized thing. It could be other things, but there's a fear aspect of something potentially bad happening, a bad outcome. It is the potential bad outcome of any given situation, and that creates this worry within you. And so just as equally that there could be a bad outcome, it's equally there's an equal potential of a good outcome. So you worrying, especially if you believe in manifestation, you having the worry that there is a bad outcome, is, for one, not going to do you any good. And also, why not do the opposite? It's completely useless to worry. And there's a reason for it. If you've ever been let down so many times in your life, you're trying to protect yourself from that potential disappointment by having these thoughts. What could potentially go wrong? And therefore you are like, okay, let me protect myself potentially from getting harmed from anything. So yeah, that's why. So now we just call it anxiety, but it's really just this kind of like disease of the mind, and just when you're focused on one thing that it's equally has the potential to be good as well. And so yes, where was I going with that? I got lost in that a little bit. But anyways, basically you could totally just focus on the good things too, and get rid of anxiety altogether. I mean, it takes constant practice, obviously. Whenever you're having those thoughts, you just kind of pinpoint them. But that's what I mean about like the body check, is when you start out your day, or even during the day, is to continually be checking in with yourself of like, where are these little diseases of the mind starting to fester? Where are these little holes within myself starting to get bigger? Even the smallest hole can, get worse. So definitely do those checks on yourself and within yourself. And if you are constantly doing stuff all the time, I need to slow down. I'm picking up on the energy here. If you're constantly doing things all the time, then you're never going to be able to check in with yourself. You got to slow down and check in with you. the guidance that's available to me, which is you, yourself. Let's pull from... What is this? Yeah, just not looking at it and freeing yourself from it. I love that I was just working off of that one card, and then it literally was like the whole message was but I would just receive the one message from, that's funny. But yeah, anyways, sometimes you just don't even need the rest of the cards. What else, Spirit? Success. I know. Oh, well, that one wanted to come over, so we'll take that. Success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love yourself, which means to check in with yourself. There's nothing bigger. There's no greater goal. There is nothing on your to-do list that is bigger than yourself and taking care of yourself, especially your mental health and your emotional body. All of those things they all play. When you have a thought, especially a negative one, well, no, like all thoughts have, create form within yourself. And if you're having these, constant like worries about what I need to get done next, that creates an effect. Your body follows suit. It doesn't know the difference between what is real. There's this fight or flight that kicks in. It thinks that there's actually something there is something that is there. There's a bear in front of you. And the bear is just these weird worries that, or your endless to-do list, or, just all of these thoughts that you give them form basically by having them. And that form is created within yourself by... But let's see, happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Happiness, just take care of you. Take care of yourself. Your happiness, you checking in with yourself, all of those things, that's the most important. It's the most important thing. Yeah. I don't even know if there's anything else I need to say about this, but I am gonna... Sorry, all my cards are tucked away right now because I've been so... distant. So let me pull one from Archangel. Leave it on a angel note. What do you have to say, angels? Okay, 2 cards. Sensitivity. Archangel Hanuel, you are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. Once again, it's reiterating the same thing over and over again. There is a need to really get in touch with your emotional body and take care of yourself. You could even be going through something right now that's extra sensitive and hard, like, I don't know if, whatever is going, this is a general read, so there could be something potentially really like emotionally hard going on right now that, yeah, you need to slow down. Slow down and take care of yourself, because right now is not the time to be doing so much. Take care of yourself. Moon cycles, Archangel Hanuel. Oh, both Archangel Hanuel. I guess Archangel Hanuel really wants to come through. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon these moon cycles. A moon cycle on that. Yeah, so moon cycles, your emotional body. Like I said, is that going back to that thing about manifestation, specifically with them talking about manifestation, is that if you're continually having negative thoughts, it affects... So think about manifestation. They always say one of the biggest things as far as manifestation goes is to act as if, to actually feel it as if it has happened. So if you are feeling anxiety, worries, whatever, like about getting everything done and doing, or if that's creating this anxiety, that's going to create in your world, regardless of, even maybe just on a, like a not so, if you don't believe in manifestation, that's fine. But it's just going to create havoc within you. It's not good for you. And if you believe in manifestation, it's going to create it on the outside world too. You're going to see it reflected back to you in the outside world. Whatever you feel reflects in your outside world. All right, pile number 1. I hope, did I not give advice? Yeah, no, I gave good advice. Okay. I just want to make sure that I gave advice in that and didn't just tell you, what can you do? What can you do? Okay. Sorry. Let me just meditate. Meditate. Take care of yourself. If moments in the day that you're feeling little crazy, like maybe it's too much pressure, whatever, anything going on, just stop in your tracks. It doesn't matter how busy you are. You stop and you have you time and take care of yourself. Maybe go, if you've got like craziness going on in your house, go in your room and shut the door and have a moment. I do that all the time, even though like it's just me and my fiance here, and we have 4 cats, and it's not my fiance. We get along really well, but the cats drive me nuts. They do. And it's just cats, but like you respect that part of you that just is like, I need to get away from this. I need to get away from this and have some time. So, all right, pile number 1. I hope that all resonated. If it did not, please pick another pile. Also, if you could please like this video and subscribe to my channel, it would really help me grow. And I hope to see you on a future reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. This is your reading for a message just for you. And you chose, when I'm tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. Which, first off, I get the message right away that sometimes we don't see quite what we have. We kind of tend to focus on what we don't have. And there's a message of, not that you're not grateful for what you have, but that there might be too much of a focus on what you don't have. And that needs to be shifted. A good example is like, sometimes I'm like, oh man, I wish I could just win the lottery and never have to work a day in my life again, and just like, veg out and watch TV all day and whatever. And then I think about my life, and then I'm like, well, I really don't work that often. And I have all of my needs pretty much easily provided for. It seems like stuff sort of just keeps happening where that life keeps getting a little bit easier, like one thing checked off that you don't have to worry about. But here I am focusing in on the, these stupid things. I wish I could watch a little more TV. I wish I could, where you're not actually seeing that, well, you do get to do all those things. And just because you can't do them every day, even if you did them all day, every day, like you would be bored of that, and then it wouldn't even hold as much weight anymore. And who's that one guy, that Jim Carrey, he always talks about, what's that quote? He's like, I wish everybody could just realize all their dreams and potentials and realize that it's completely meaningless. Basically, like, he wishes everybody could become rich and famous or whatever the thing that they hold at the highest, on a pedestal, basically, to realize that once you're there, you're just like, oh, okay, now what? Like, that it won't actually fulfill you, the thing that you think that you want. Once you're there, it'll just be like, oh, okay. All right, so let's pull a few cards here, get into this reading. What else do you want to say about that spirit? Ace of Wands. Oh, what was that? It was already switched around, so it must have wanted to take a peek out. I'm putting my cards kind of low today. All right, sorry. So it looks like there's something that you really want. You really want to do, create, whatever, and it's at the sort of like the beginning stages, and there's all this like, whatever it is, you have the potential to do all of this, that you are very, very capable of doing it. Especially, and like, it really, just once again, too, the advice of focusing on that, focusing in on how capable you are of doing this, and how, it's like this energy, this like passion with like this love, not that the Ace of Wands is about love, but this just fiery energy of like wanting this. But I almost too, it's like with your eyes closed, you can't quite see how it's going to come about. There's this, and I almost wonder if you're sort of sitting around in your house wondering, and it's almost like it's spirit wants to, I see this energy too coming in. The spirit wants to bring it in, and it's like, it's almost like it's flowing right there, right in front of your face too. Yet there's this not seeing it aspect, this not seeing it or not doing it. Maybe you're not even taking action on it, but you're totally capable of it. And Spirit wants you to see your potential, to see your to see that you can do this, that you can do it. What else, Spirit? Okay, so whatever it is that you're wanting to do, whatever it definitely looks like there's some type of action wanting to be taken towards something that you're passionate about. And you might be just like kind of focused in on how it's not happening, or what you don't have, that it's not here. And that could be creating the issue of maybe even non-movement. And maybe you're not even taking moves towards it because you're like, you're focusing on the negatives. But whatever it is, Spirit really wants you to go for it. And there couldn't be too, there might need some more learning as well. Some education in it to go back, maybe not back to school. I always hate advocating for school because it's not necessary for everything. I can understand obviously some things. If you're like passionate about being an astronaut and you want to fly into space, then yeah, you're going to have to go back to school. Or if you want to like cut people open as a surgeon, I would prefer that you go back to school. But if you're like wanting to, I don't know, create a YouTube channel where you're sewing stuff, or create a Etsy place where you're creating things. I love creators, so that's obviously my first thing. Because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that they want to create, and they just feel they've been told their whole lives that that's not possible, that you have to get a 9-to-5 and you hate your job. And there's just so much like, what do you call it? In the media, like brainwashing. Well, and yeah, it's just training us to believe that we can never attain happiness through our work or what we do in life. And it's not true. It's a lie, and it sucks that a lot of media kind of like portrays that people miserable in what they do. But yeah, it could be that you need just some more education in something, or maybe it is that you are currently studying in something, and that will help you achieve this and go towards it further. But Spirit really wants you to know that you can do it. You can do it, but don't necessarily need to focus so much. And it could be even too that there might be this focus on, for some, that you just need to learn a little bit more and then I'll do it or something. And if you're doing that, Spirit does not want you to do that. They want you to do the thing, start the thing, just go for it. Like, you don't need to keep just one more page of this book and I'll finally be able to start that thing. And I just need to, no. All right, what else, Spirit? Abundance. Focus on abundance. Like, that... Oh my gosh, abundance. The abundance of life. I mean, the Empress is abundance, and this is the Nine of Pentacles. This is the most abundant portrayal of the Nine of Pentacles. I always think like he's got his hand in like the fruit bin. Or is that a woman? Maybe it is a woman. I always call it a he. It could go either way. It doesn't matter. Gender fluid. But life is abundant. It's so good. That you can have it all. You can do it all. Whatever it is that you're wanting to create, that it's going to be great. You really, really have to focus on that it is going to be great. That it is you don't have to do that. Sorry, let me go back. But the potential, instead of the potential that it could be bad or focusing in on what you don't have, focus in on what you could have and also the potential that it could go great. Because just as much as something can go bad and not happen, it can also equally be great and happen. So why focus on the worst one? Why not focus on the good one? Because focusing in on either of them, I mean, like, unless you believe in manifestation, and which I do, if you don't, then focusing in on either one is going to be completely useless. And if you believe in manifestation, then focusing in on the negative is not going to be useful either. So, let's see, what other messages, Spirit? Those flew out. Ooh, so negative. Yeah, look at the dichotomy here. Look at the difference here. All abundance and what I don't have, and that you have to, that life is evil and doesn't give you what you want, and it, it's not. If you have that mindset, I totally understand. I get it because life, it does sometimes feel as though stuff's taken away from you or things don't work out, and then it gets you down and you just want to protect yourself from feeling that way. But like, just as much as the universe takes, it also gives. Everything, it finds a balance. There's no just take, like there's no just like somebody just is taken from. There's always a balance that is found, and it might not be on your timeline and right away, but if you watch the rhythms of your life, you'll notice a pattern and everything's somewhat evening out. Like, I know this is bad. In my past, I remember I didn't return. Like, obviously, I would never do this now. But in my past, I ordered something and they made a mistake, the company, and I was meant to return it. And instead of because of their mistake, I didn't return it. And then they just sent me a new one, and I ended up getting a new one and then having two. And I was just like, cool, I just, scored this thing. But I knew it was wrong. But I still did it because I don't know. I wanted to get something for free, and the universe, because it needs to balance that out, that taking out, something really expensive of mine broke, and it was literally within a couple days, and I immediately attributed it to that and felt like, oh man, this is kind of crazy, like, because I did it was for one, a wrong thing to do, but also the universe balanced it out and also taught me a lesson of like karma. If you take from someone what is not yours, then I will take from you. and it hurt. Yeah, it was a really expensive item. It was like a $700 item, and I was just like, oof. So obviously we shouldn't do things like that just because we're afraid of being taken from, but we should be doing because it's the right thing to do. And that's how I am now. But also, yeah, with that message is just know that whatever is taken from you in life will be replaced with something that is in more, it might not in your mind feel like it's better, but you'll realize, if not right, sometimes you get stuff and it's like, oh, that's amazing. Thank you, universe. That's exactly what I wanted. And I'm so glad I got rid of that other thing. That's like my fiance. But sometimes you'll get something and you'll be so caught up in, I'll use relationships. And for example, you'll still be in love with that person that's like treating you like crap. And then somebody new comes around that treats you so good, but you can't even see it because you're still in love with that other person. But then time goes by and whatever, you guys end up happily married and whatever, you go, oh my gosh, like I see it now, like the universe. So yeah, so don't, I'm on a tangent there, but yeah, the universe wants me to convey that to you. Maybe something is, for someone here, is being presented to you and you're not necessarily like seeing it or something, but that's for somebody specific. All right, let's pull from this. I'm sewing my own wedding dress, so I'm really excited to work on it after this. Whoopsie. It's okay to feel what you need to feel. It's okay to feel what you need to feel. It's a message of the leaves here. Leaves fall. What do? Leaves fall, like they flourish and then they fall and then the new leaves come. It's just it's part of a, it's part of life. That's life. So if there's like for some here, if you're struggling with some people might be struggling with a feeling that life, holding on to dead leaves. Sorry, there we go. Like holding on to the leaves that have fallen. It's past. They're done. And even to that things have an expiration date, and some things do. Some things are, you pick the fruit, you eat it, and you enjoy it. You fully enjoy that fruit in the moment, and then you're not gonna keep focusing in on that fruit, like you're not thinking about, oh, I'm so sad that fruit is gone, unless you're, like really hungry. But like, you pick the fruit, you're fully present with the fruit, you eat it, and then that's the moment with that fruit. So there's this need to like understand the flows of life as well, and to know that life, like if you're feeling as though things, that your tree just is empty, that it doesn't bear any fruit. Your life you're not getting anything. Nothing's coming. You need to know that life always, there's seasons, it transitions, and things they'll flow in, and you need to give also that time, not abundant, what am I trying to say here, Spirit? That abundance doesn't happen on your timeline. You have to flow and wait for the fruit to bloom. And that just because it's fall doesn't mean it's going to be fall forever. What else, Spirit? That was way too complicated. I trust in my gifts. Yes. The gifts from the universe. Trust that whatever you want will be given to you. You don't need to worry about it, and focusing in on what you don't have is only going to block them. So trust that your gifts in life are meant for you, and that you will receive them. All right, what else here? Hello from heaven. I always like that card. Hello from heaven. Archangel Azrael. Your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. Let your life have its blessings. You just trust that. I think that you probably struggle with trust a lot. I think that, especially with it coming up here, and there's just trust. It's easier said than done, right? It's just a letting go of the idea that things aren't going to work out, and know that they have the potential to work out too. That it's not all just bad, that the universe wants to give, and you could just be potentially blocking it by focusing in on other things. All right, pile number 2. That was your reading. I hope that all resonated. If it did not, please choose another pile. You could please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It would really help me grow, and I hope to see you on a future reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. This is your reading for a message just for you. And you chose, I let the universe catch up with my dreams. Are you being a little impatient about something? Yeah. There's this frustration I think we all experience when we really want something. We want to see like results right away. We want to see that something isn't going to disappoint us. And it sucks. It's hard to trust that the things that we want in our life are going to be. We want to, protect that really innocent part of ourselves that's been disappointed so many times. And how do we do that? How do we end up blocking ourselves though when we do that? We end up, if you're ready to fight, if you have the energetic field of I'm protecting myself against being harmed by this thing that I want, how could it even be, come into your life? You have this energetic field around you that is saying this thing this thing could potentially not happen, and I'm going to protect myself against that. So it can't come in. So let's see. You know what? I want a different deck to use for the other ones. What else do you want to say, Spirit? Please pour it out. Let's see. Where do I want to put that? Let's just move it over. I'm being very particular where I want my cards today. Okay. So it looks like the universe, spirit guides, whatever, it wants to give you something. It wants you to be happy. It really wants you to have everything that you want. And I almost wonder too if you've like tried so many things, you've done so many things. You're like, I'll try this, I'll try that. Like almost dipping into like so many different pools to try to find your happiness. It's like a pool within yourself, within yourself. And it's like, and you only try just a little bit and then you give up. And it's like, and what you're looking for is your own happiness in something. But like, you only give a little bit of like, not that you're not giving it your all when you do it, like you really are wanting to do something, or it could be a person, but it's that you're dipping before you're dipping out before it can ever come to fruition. And all these, there's so much potential in each thing too. Like it seems like you're a very like multifaceted person, that you can do so many different things. And you could possibly be really good at so many different things. You've got like a lot of accomplishments on, like not accomplishments necessarily, because it looks like you like start a lot of things and never finish them. But like in your tool bag, basically, you have a lot of accomplishments. Like, I can do this, I can do that. You're like a Renaissance man, basically. You can do it all. And, but even so too, with all that is this like, even with all that, you're still like tied. You're still not, it's like you still haven't found the thing that's going to fulfill you. Even, and it's like you enjoy so many different things too. That could be it, where nothing quite fulfills you. But yeah, just, it's like trying a little bit of everything on the menu and not really like committing to one thing. But all of the things are like a seeking of happiness, seeking of true fulfillment. But I think what, like I was saying with this is, I let the universe catch up with my dreams. It's that the fear that you're not going to, that you're not going to get, that it's going to hurt you, that it's going to disappoint you. And so if you stay within the thing for too long, that it could just not work out, and you don't want to face that. So you dip before you feel that pain. All right. Man, I really prefer my symbolic. That deck just tends to be more symbolic. Well, maybe I should choose more from it then. Spirit's like, well, why not then? Keep going. I tend to like to read more symbolically than... Oh, no. Sorry. Let's take... Well, we got 3, so let's... I have never pulled that card. That's weird. Out of all the times that I've used this deck, I've never pulled that card. So that's what the Knight of Swords looks like in this deck. Oh, man. So this is really interesting. It's all swords too. So we have Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords, and 10 of Swords. And so it's like initial thought, I should do this. I should be with this person. I should, whatever the new thing is that your new thought, whatever, you know, new thing, new thought, whatever. You have it, you go for it really fast, you rush into it, and you go, like, you're like, boom, like, let's race to the finish line here. It looks like a lot of finish liner mentality. Not, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I'm very much, I relate to this whole reading. So, and then because it doesn't happen on your timeline, that because the universe needs to catch up with what you want, you just put out this new idea, and the universe is like, what? Okay, we need to go. Everything, like, think about if you want to go from, let's say, I don't know why I thought of gravedigger. Like, you dig graves for a living, right? But then you want to become an astronaut. You want to fly out into outer space. That's quite a jump. And it does, like, smaller jumps could probably take the universe a little bit less time, but big jumps, it has to, like, restructure your entire life, and you have to be a part of that too, and you have to be patient with that too. It can't be this, like, rushing. So if you relate more to, like, a relationship idea of this, is that, yeah, if you're rushing a relationship, it needs time. It needs, rushing anything is only ever going to lead to disaster. It's just not, everything needs to happen in, like, divine timing, and it needs time to form. Like, you would not rush. I don't know why I thought it, just had this in my head, but you would not rush a baby growing and just as, like, a baby growing in the womb. Sorry, just as much as you wouldn't rush growing a baby in the womb, your thoughts and ideas and relationships and all of whatever you're trying to, do in your life, those are also needing nurturing and growth and time and to grow to fruition. You can't make things grow in thoughts and ideas. They need time to plant. Even going back to the Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords, these are all, like, thought energies. It hasn't even taken root. There's no root energy here. There's not even emotional energy invested. It's all just thoughts. And I feel like the step after the thought here, this should be a Cups card. This should be getting invested emotionally into it as well, and then getting a Pentacles card, getting grounded in it, getting the roots. And I mean, you could just do away with the Knight of Swords altogether, because you don't rush things, but to do them more methodically and, to take your time with them. But this is all thought, and so it has no form. And then it ends with the Ten of Swords. So thought, rushing, ending. So that's the pattern. That's the pattern that has repeated for you. It looks like a lot of times in a seeking of happiness. Any advice here, Spirit? Should I take them all? Okay. Typically, I don't take all ones that get dumped like that, but I think it wants me to. Okay, advice here. Stop walking away. Stop rushing. Stop letting the thoughts, like, tear you apart. And the thoughts of what's tearing you apart here, the thought of, this is going to disappoint me, I need to walk away from it. If I don't move fast in this, I need to achieve this right now, or something bad's I need to achieve this before something bad happens, before it disappoints me, because I have to achieve it right now before it disappoints me. It's just kind of this, like, tearing you apart mentally. Like, all this is in your head. too. It's not actually real. It's not true. But it only becomes true because thought eventually does have, well, if those are your only thoughts and the universe is trying to create something for you, and with manifestation, it's never going, you're only ever going to create more of that. And I love this here with this Three of Cups is this, the universe wants, it just wants you to like calm down a little bit and trust here. Just trust that, that the clouds will clear and you'll see the thing that you want and it'll be beautiful, and like that you just need to stand by it, stand with it, stand strong with it, and enjoy it too fully. Enjoy it and love it, and you don't have to fear things hurting you or not coming to fruition, or to not, that things aren't going to work out all the time. And I see that's because of a lot of imagery. I don't know why I just saw this man. I thought he had a bloody nose, but it also drew me to the bandages of the wounds, of the thinking that because you have been potentially wounded by things not working out in the past, that you're feeling as though that's what's always going to happen with everything that you love. Everything that you love is, you have to get out before it hurts you. Every single one of these readings is for me today. Ooh. Okay. Let's pull. Was that good advice, Spirit? To just trust. Basically, the advice is to trust. Is there more practical advice here? I'll give you. Let's see. More practical. Outside of trusting. No, that I didn't say just trusting. I said standing strong, loving it, doing it. Oh, lots of good ones coming out. What do we have here? Healing. You could be healing wherever these wounds are coming from. Yeah. So more practical things here is healing to be able to release some of wherever, this energy comes from. But going back to this Three of Cups, the Fool, the Two of Cups, it's just like to embrace like love and fun and happiness, and like that's a potential. Like that's just, if you're trying to do whatever it is, this is a general read, whatever it is that you're trying to do so many times, or all this scattered energy of dipping in, dipping out, out of fear, Spirit really wants you to know is that it could also be great, like that if you stayed in that little cup pool of yourself, or whatever, the thing that fulfills you, whatever it is that you're want to be fulfilled by, if you stay within it, it also has the potential of being great as well. That it seems like that you're dipping before it can be amazing and great. So all right, let's pull from the Archangel deck. Got that for the first one. Oh, same ones for the first one. That's interesting. Yeah, this was, if you're at all drawn to the pile number 1, I got those same cards for that, which is both Archangel Hanuel. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon these cycles. So yeah. If you just moon cycles, it takes time. Just be patient, trust, and believe that the things that you want in life can be great, and that it needs to manifest. It needs to, come to fruition. It's not, I have the thought and then I rush towards it. Where is it? I've rushed towards it. Why isn't it here? I'm rushing. Look at how much thought energy I'm putting into this, and then it ends. But it needs that time, and also it needs the emotional commitment as well. Have you, whatever it is that you want, that's a good question. Have you emotionally committed to this thing yet? Have you made any type of commitments to it? Have you said to yourself, I'm going to see this through to the end, no matter what fears come up, no matter what, be careful with that, because some things are not good for you. So certain relationships, or if there are red flags within it. But if it's you that's the blocking point, if you're the one that's just dipping before things can, come about, then that's a good question to ask yourself. All right, so sensitivity. Archangel Hanuel, you are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. I think that just, like I said, goes back into the emotional body towards something, is that emotionally attach to things. And don't fear that. Don't fear just because you emotionally attach to things that, life hurts, man. Life hurts. And just because something is taken away, you are not going to die. You are not going to, let's say you love something and it is just ripped from your life. You will live. And whatever that was ripped from your life, trust and believe it was always meant to happen, and it was meant for your highest good. And that life is always trying to be for your highest good, even if you're working against it. Life and the universe and your spirit team, they want you to have and be your highest self, and they are trying to work with you. But if you're like doing something else with your thoughts, then it's, you're being counterproductive. And if you're doing, it seems like you're a little bit like, there's some scattered energy. So just know that everything's going to be great, and to not dip before, to trust that it'll be okay, and that life isn't always just taking things and not replacing them, and like everything finds its balance. All right, pile number 3, that was your reading. I hope that all resonated. If it did not, please pick another pile. If you could please like this video and subscribe to my channel, it would really help me grow. And I hope to see you on a future reading. Bye.